Okay folks, here's a quick review of the Gort Predator that was produced by NECA as part of their Predator 2 line of products. I picked this up at Toys R Us for $17.99. This is one of the Predators that was briefly seen at the end of Predator 2 after Lieutenant Mike Harrigan, who was played by Danny Glover, defeated the City Hunter, played by Kevin Peter Hall, in the Predator spaceship. I believe that all those Predators in the end scene have been referred to as the Lost Tribe. This particular Predator has also been referred to as the Gort Predator. Alright, when I first opened the package, I was immediately greeted by an intense chemical smell. The smell was so potent that I had to stop opening the package and get a bit of fresh air, as it gave me a bit of a headache. I also had to set this package outside in the fresh air to get the smell out of my work area, as that chemical smell was just really potent. Alright, when I was finally able to get the figure out of the blister pack, the first thing I did was spray the figure down with some rubbing alcohol and gently dabbed it off with a microfiber rag. That did help in getting rid of the last traces of that chemical smell. Alright, my first impressions of the figure were very positive. The sculpting work on the mask as well as the body colorations has been nicely done and is complemented with a lot of nice detailing. The joints, they were mostly smooth except for one of the knees, the left elbow, and the hip joints. Those needed to be worked with very gently. But now they function quite well, now that they've been broken in. All the other joints in the wrists, the right elbow, the ankles, and the head area of the figure all worked well right out of the package. The wrist blades are also manually extendable on this figure. They work just fine, but they're a bit on the sharp side. The plasma caster also works nicely, and it moves smoothly up and down without much hindrance. Now, I'd like to share a few tips regarding what to look for on these figures if you find one of them in your local Toys R Us or your local comic shop. First, make sure that if you find one that it doesn't have warped wrist blades. Also, check the plasma caster on the left shoulder if one of these Predators comes with that accessory, and make sure that it hasn't broken. Finally, check the paint apps, as sometimes the netting isn't painted correctly on these figures. So what I'll do here is pause, zoom in, and give you a closer look as to what the figure looks like. Just a lot of nice coloration and detail on this figure, don't you think? It's really nice looking. Okay. Alright, Gort Predator came with two accessories, so let me pan down and show you what those are. The figure stands that you see him standing on were not included and were purchased separately. Okay, first up, he came with his throwing disc. This has been included with several other Predators, and like before, you can see that there's good detailing on both sides. See? The only bad thing about this accessory is that if you try to plug it into the holster on the Predator's right leg, it has a tendency to fall out. And because it's so small, it can be easily lost. So be careful if you try to do that. Okay, next up, he came with an extended combi stick. This is the same accessory that was included in the Toys R Us exclusive Predator 2 pack. And unfortunately, as before, it was a bit warped when it came out of the package. Alright, back to the figure itself. What I'll do now is a quick 360 of this figure and let you see what he looks like from all sides. So here he is from the front. From the right. From the back side. From the left-hand side. Finally, here we are once again from the front. So overall, I like this figure quite a bit. The accessories all look good, and most of the joints worked well right out of the package. The body colorations, sculpt, and mask are all very nicely done. The only minor gripe that I have is the combi stick being slightly warped, but that can be easily fixed. So therefore, I feel safe in giving this figure a great recommendation. If you see him, pick him up. Alright, so on that note, take care and stay tuned for my next review. Have a good one.